Hi, my name's Pradeep Mukerjee. I have been a coach for the last, oh my God, too many years, for the last 14 years. And I have my credentials. I got my final credentials of MCC through Coacharya. And I've been a practicing coach. I chose to go to for coaching mastery. If I've chosen coaching as a career, then obviously that's at this point in time the topmost certification that you can get, right? So it just made sense for me to pursue um, that path and get the certification. Two two reasons particularly. One is I did hear a lot about Coacharya from some of the people because I got my PCC a lot earlier than my MCC, and initially, while I did not have any intention of going through MCC, when I came across people who had done MCC, I really was attracted. Actually, that was the other reason why I went for MCC. I was attracted by their personalities. I was just attracted by the calmness, the composed manner in which they came across, uh, the way they spoke very softly, very gently, things which were not part of me and are still not part of me, but things which are not part of me. And I thought the MCC sort of probably helps you become like that, which is one of the reasons. Coming back to your question as to why Coacharya, because I heard very good things about Coacharya, and they were in India, so from a timing perspective, it just made a lot more sense and a lot more convenient, and therefore I chose Coacharya. Awesome, multiple perspectives. One, I think Ram and Cindy are the people who sort of conduct this program or who conducted this program for me and my friends who went through it 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Oh my God, time flies. Uh, it's just one, they really know. They know what it is that those competencies that are required. They're extremely sharp in determining when you're displaying those competencies, when you're not displaying those competencies. So the ability to provide you feedback. Uh, Three, the way they conduct the course. The beauty about that program is Ram and Cindy come with extremely complementary skill sets, right? And the way they partner on this program is just amazing. So you get from Ram the why of it, the explanation for things. You get from Cindy that calm, composed, extremely nurturing um, technique of helping you through a journey and pointing out, both of them, of course, very good at pointing out what you're doing well and what you're not doing well. So your ability to see your progress to ability and your ability to progress is so good. And of course, I have enjoyed the interaction that we had as the cohort that I was part of. So Cindy is one of those persons who actually embodies those wonderful characteristics that I was hoping that I would imbibe in my MCC journey. I think I have years and years to go. Um, I think she's great as a mentor coach. Of course, because of what I just described, she makes you absolutely comfortable from the word start, right? Uh, I think her approach, her tone is so calming, and at the same time, she can be very firm when she gives you feedback, right? So uh, I think both of those qualities I personally cherished in my interactions with her, um, both during the course of the program as well as when she was mentoring. MCC gives you, in my view, what I've taken away from it are two, three things. One is it just broadens your canvas on how you approach your client. It enables you to go very deep into who the client is and focus on the who of the client. And that's what MCC really is about. And that's the differentiation between MCC and PCC. At the same time, I think the beauty of the whole journey and the process of learning about or going through this journey of MCC, because to me it's more the journey that was important. Not, yes, it I undertook the journey to get an outcome which was a certification, but what is much more important is the journey that one went through. And thanks to Ram, Cindy, and all the other colleagues of mine who were part of the cohort, I, I think all of them contribute immensely to the learning, right? So how you not only are the 2 points that I mentioned, but how you can withdraw yourself as and be an objective observer to what the client is going through was another skill set that I think Ram and Cindy were able to impart in all of us. I don't know whether that makes sense, but that's an extremely important element of being a coach, where you are observing the journey of your clients, right? But at the same time, involved enough to understand who this client is and help the client, therefore, to see the journey for themselves, to see the path for themselves, to discover the path for themselves. It has to the extent that in my coaching, uh, definitely, I think the focus on the who of the client is more than what probably used to be earlier. Uh, it definitely helps, as I said, it broadens the you know the different approaches you can take with a client in a given situation. I have noticed that broadening for myself. But unfortunately, all those other things that I admired the MCC people for, the calmness, the composed manner in which they interact with people, unfortunately, I don't think I picked that up enough. So I think all coaches would benefit from MCC if they're looking for, uh, if they're looking to enhance their skill set as a coach. Uh, as I told you, I think the important part of that is it not only just broadens your skill sets, it broadens your approaches, but it also helps you focus on the who of the client, which is extremely beneficial for effective outcomes of coaching, right? So anyone who wants to be a coach, I think, will benefit from the journey. One, be very clear why you're going into this process. Why are you going in for the certification? Second, I think it's important to choose who you're doing it with, because one way of dealing with it is, at the end of the day, any certification process is like passing an exam, right? And there is a way to do it. So one way is focusing on the way to pass an exam, which I'm sure you can learn from many coaches and institutions that teach or that help people certify for MCC. But the other way is really learning the essence of those competencies, why they are there, and how they can be incorporated in your approach to coaching, right? Um, and I think obviously, so choosing who you're going with, I think is important, because depending on that, you might get somewhere in this spectrum. And obviously, if your experience is towards the holistic part of the spectrum, then you're really getting most the bang for your buck, as opposed to you can still go through MCC as a process. And that's what I learned through my MCC journey. It's a process, right? You can still see it as a process and go through it as a process. Uh, but it's up to you to choose who you want to do it with, because I'm sure there are, while I've not experienced it, but I've heard that there are institutions and coaches who are doing this, who are training people to be MCCs, who cover the entire spectrum. So that's point number 2.